welcome back to another episode of Conversations on the Rocks. It's your boy Ice.
Your boy Las Vegas.
And we here with another one. Told you we coming back, so we just gonna start it out as we usually do with opening shots. We're gonna get right into it, and first thing we're gonna talk about today, and everybody knows what's going on, heard about it, seen it on TV, everything that's been going on with George Floyd. And unfortunately, another black man was killed by the hands of police, this time with the knee, and he was on the ground for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And then that happened, and it struck an outrage across America, across the world actually, and people took to the streets, started protesting. Every city in America, probably some cities they're still protesting. I know in DC they've still been protesting as of even this past weekend. So, but yeah, I guess we can just talk about this, like how we feel about the current events and everything that's happened with King George Floyd, and everything that's happened ever since that day. So, what are some of your thoughts on?
Well, of course, it was sad. Like you said, everybody's been seeing it. We all know what happened. You know what I'm saying? It was very unfortunate. Of course, bad police doing a bad job, making the rest of the force look bad. You know, for all the decent cops that are out there really trying to do that, but also for the cops that was there and watched the whole thing go down. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you know. And then the young lady who was also filming it got caught. Well, she didn't get caught, but I heard that she was catching threats and everything like that, which is wild. Yeah, because she didn't jump in and stuff like that. And then I also heard she was getting threats from the police because she had put the video up. You know what I'm saying? So. So stuff like that, but yeah, it was a real sad event. The way the protesting is going, I like it. Like you said, we've been talking about it. It's good. I just want everybody to understand, like, this is like, how to do the protest. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the looting and all this other extra stuff, y'all down there in Atlanta with the tanks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild or whatever like that. So. Yeah, that was wild. I just don't want to see any more of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're protesting, we're going to actually protest, and you know what I'm saying, trying to get our point across and show and bring good faith to his name, really. You know what I'm saying? It's really about him. Anyway, his family has to go behind this, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, his daughter, and my wife had also said something about the looting and all that extra stuff that's going on. So yeah, I just hope that y'all, even though youngsters and everybody else that's even involved, like I said, he he died for a cause, not for us to go out here and destroy, what I'm saying, the city and stuff like that. So definitely think about that. So Ice, how you feel about the George Floyd situation?
Really, man, I feel like it's a lot. It's pros and it's cons to it, right? Like, I think it's unfortunate that all of the good things that came from this, the change, the holding people accountable, holding the government accountable, corporations accountable. Unfortunately, that had to happen for another black man to be killed. You know what I mean? After he was killed, but I appreciate that. I hope that we can keep this energy going with the protests and everything. And I just hope that this time next year, George Floyd isn't just another hashtag. You know what I mean? I hope that people can really want to fight against injustice, fight against inequality, racism, police brutality. You know what I mean? I hope things like defunding the police and actually taking those funds and giving it to the community, like, especially in times when there's police brutality and a black man is killed. People are killed because of police. So I hope that we keep this energy going, put the right people in position, in office, in local and national government office, and Yeah, man. I love the energy. I love everything that's came from it. Like I feel like there's a solidarity. I feel like white America, it's like seems like they're listening. It feels like it's a different energy. Right. It feels like a different time than the times before, and I just hope that we can keep it moving and keep it pushing and like keep this change going for the near future. So that's kind of how I see it. But I do feel like there should be some change. Or there's things that we can change or should try to. Just like supporting one another, supporting us, supporting black-owned businesses, banking black, even like your friend or your family member who has a business, like supporting them on, and not when it's convenient for you, like support them because they need it. You know what I mean? I feel like also putting people in certain positions in the office, in your local elections, you know what I mean? Your district attorneys, your sheriffs, your mayors, you know what I mean? These different people, local elected officials, all these different people who have a actual fingerprint and an impact on the community that you live in, and you know what I mean, the people within that community. Right. But also just like being education, I think is key as well. Like understanding the issues, understanding how mass incarceration may affect black and brown people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Understanding that there's not access to resources such as jobs, equal pay, housing. You know what I mean? All these different things. It's been difficult for people of color, and changing some of those things I think can help with the change. But also something I know that we talked about, which is voting in the black community. Some of us feel one way, some others feel another way. Some people feel like voting it doesn't make sense. Why do it? It doesn't count. It doesn't matter. Right. It's already rigged. And others of my ilk feel as though that voting is important, especially like I said earlier in local elections. And not only is it just voting that should be done, you should also hold the person you vote for accountable. Like show up to their rallies, like write them, you know what I mean, go to their offices, you know what I mean, and make sure that they stick to their word on those policies and those things, those changes that they say that they're going to stick to, not just when they're in the campaign running for office. So that's kind of how I feel. I know you kind of feel a bit different. What's your take on black people or voting? You're a black person.
Yeah, like I said, me personally, I don't believe in no voting system myself. I don't feel like it makes a difference. The reason why, my main reason is like when George Bush the son got into the office. Yeah. We all saw it on the news. It was televised. It was, I mean, you couldn't have missed it. It was talked about from like Florida. I think Florida was one of the main counts that had to be redone, and some of California or whatever like that. So for that, the people that had did the news, you like broadcast like this thing has been rigged, like there were ballots being cheated and everything like that, and now we have to redo it again. And he still came up and won, which is crazy to me. Like, you just cheated, it got caught on national TV, and you know what I'm saying, you still won. And you know, like I said, he was our president. He had his face on the White House, like he was doing a thing, and he walked around. So I don't believe in voting, because I feel like if we can just watch on the news, live on television, that this man just cheated his way in there, got in there. And then, here go the killer part. I like to also bring up this too. Ran off with all the money. Y'all voted that man in there, left off with all the money. Then my greatest president of all time got in there with like $1 trillion deficit. Like, damn, dog, that's a lot of zeros. Like, yo, Like, I don't know about you, but I come into a job that says they had a $1 trillion deficit. I don't even know if I'm ever going to see $1 billion to see $1 trillion. Like, what do you tell your kids, your wife? Like, baby, it's a good job. They gave us a free house. We got security 24/7, the government, all that stuff like that. But on some serious note, also, like I said, really, it's just the fact that they really did televise that and show that he cheated to get into that. And then after Obama, now we got Trump. So I don't know, like, is this vote really helping at all? Because hey, look, man, a lot of y'all might have been with Trump, I don't know. But I know it couldn't have been that many Trump supporters, man. And if there was, there's not a lot of them right now, yeah, like, for real, like, that's crazy. And that's how I really feel. But you also had made a point to me, you know what I'm saying, I brought up, like you said, maybe the councilmen and, you know, your mayors and the chief of the police and all that stuff like that. I get it. I just feel like they're connected to somebody in the White House, somebody from the office, you know what I'm saying? And really, because of how the George Floyd thing just went, cops really don't like to turn in other cops, is what I've also started to realize also. Like, there's some good police, but they're not the ones really like standing up. And it's the ones that I guess they call themselves feeling good about themselves, or they feel like they stand up, they resign from, you know, the police department. I think that's a really coward way. I can't remember the guys, I think it was in Minnesota. I think he was the one that resigned from being the deputy or chief of police. Man, that's a coward way, man. Take your own kind, take them down. Stay in office, you got that much power, stay in there. So now you done got out of there to get that power to somebody else that probably was with these bammers the whole time, and now he's gonna be chief of police. All because you wanted to stand there. I get it. Y'all gotta watch y'all back because of how police do. They got your information, your family. I get all of that. But hey, man, you chose to put on that badge, you chose to go ahead, you know, salute, do all of this and that, stand in the pole and hold up. That's what you here for. So don't step down because it's rough and because, oh, you want to show you down with black people, like, oh, it's because no, it ain't because of that. Thanks for anyway. You could have said thank you and we're fighting for George Floyd. You could have kneeled down like everybody else. Got into a protest. You know what I'm saying? Started your own protest, started your own fundraising. With all that power that you had, you could have went somewhere. Now you're going to leave it up to somebody that's going to have the power that we don't even need in it. And that's why I don't, another reason why I don't vote. Because I don't know, well, that might be a little bit different, but still, that's one of the reasons, you know?
Now, I mean, I hear it, I get it, but I honestly feel like there is strength in voting in numbers, and when more people vote, I think that things can change. I think we gotta unlearn and relearn and break that cycle, that old thinking, the old psyche that, you know what I mean, voting doesn't matter, like my vote doesn't count, like, because it's there for a reason, and if we can use it like a tool that it is, I think we can make change. Do we just rely just on voting? No, I think you couple that with other things, as I said earlier, getting people in the right positions, getting more of us in politics, you know what I mean, supporting our own, buying black, banking black, home ownership, you know what I mean, financial literacy, and really going back to the days of Black Wall Street, you know what I mean, insulating ourselves from the outside. Right. So, alright, well now let's get into our second segment, which is the hip hop culture update. So let's take a shot for that. So yeah, recently, there's a lot of music that's been coming out that has been inspired by the struggle, protests, and everything that's going on after the George Floyd incident. Rest in peace. And some of the new music that's came out, I know Trey Songz had a big single, or I shouldn't say big single, but a big song, Powerful, I believe it's called How Many Times. Very emotional song. I thought it was heartfelt, very vulnerable, and it kind of, you know what I mean, you feel the words, you know what I mean, when you hear that song. So I really like that song. Also, Lil Baby, he got a song called Bigger Picture, The Bigger Picture. I love the video, you know what I mean, it's more upbeat, and so you can get with it. But he's spitting some knowledge in there, giving a lot of jewels and how he feels about what's going on right now. Some other music that came out, Meek Mill, he came out with The Other Side of America. That's a pretty dope track.
Shout out to Meek.
So yeah, y'all go check that out. And then also, there was a little, I guess a little spat between J. Cole and this female Chicago rapper by the name of No Name. They were going back and forth. J. Cole dropped the track seemingly in response to some things I guess he felt she said or something like that, as it relates to just artists being out and showing their voice and using their platform and things of that nature. And I forget the name of his song, but it's pretty dope. Y'all should go check it out. And then she had a response song called Song 33, where she had about a couple minutes, well, almost 2 minutes, a little short track, but she in her song was like surprised that J. Cole would be even thinking about her or be responding to her, making music about her during this time when there's a lot of stuff going on and black women being killed by police and a lot of police brutality just in our communities in general. So I thought those tracks were pretty cool as far as like just recent music that's came out. But yeah, what's some things that kind of come to mind as it relates to hip hop to you?
The same ones. Like you said, we talked about the Trey song. Shout out to the VA boy, Azan. Thank you for that one. Lil Baby, loved that video. Definitely loved the video. I also like the fact that he was a younger rapper. You know what I'm saying? One of the up and coming, well, already out there. You already know his name, but you know, one of the young boys is actually taking it seriously. Obviously, he's awoke. He's been paying attention to what's going on. Like you said, if you haven't been listening to the lyrics, or pay attention to the lyrics, he's really spitting some real stuff on there. And as far as the Meek Mill, you just put me on to that not too long ago. It's tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to Meek Mills for doing that. And as far as the J. Cole and the No Name, again, another track you just put me on to.
Dope track.
I'll listen to the J. Cole and I'll listen to the No Name. Honestly, J. Cole did reference to like he said a female, so he kept saying she or whatever in the track. Me personally didn't know too much about No Name out there, so I can't really say, and because I don't know her background, her music and all that stuff, her history and stuff like that. I don't know for a fact that J. Cole is actually taking a shot at her or in that song. I don't know if he's even referencing, like you said. If anybody knows J. Cole as far as the hip hop world and the music that he puts out, I'm pretty sure this is not even J. Cole's avenue. This is not something that he does. And her style seems so much what J. Cole would like anyway. So I don't know, baby girl, if he was really talking about you in there. Hopefully not. You know what I'm saying? If so, hopefully y'all can work that out. Y'all both sound pretty dope. Let to hear both of y'all on a track together, you know what I'm saying, and see how that goes like that. But yeah, didn't really know too much. On another lighter note, I would like to talk about Young M.A. Like I said, this has happened a couple of months ago, but it still stands out to me. One of these questions, if you follow it, Young M.A. on their Instagram, Facebook, or anything, if you're a real fan, you probably have seen this. But it's just from everything that's been going on with the George Floyd and all that stuff like that. Young M.A. was in Atlanta, coming down the street. A fan seen her stop traffic a little bit to flag Young M.A. down and ask for an autograph in the picture. Young M.A. was with it. She pulled over, this and that. A cop was behind her. The cop pulled over, came to pull over the lady that was flagging down Young M.A. Now, he never gave no, because it's all on video, he never gave no description of why he was actually pulling her over. I could imagine maybe because she stopped traffic a little bit. I don't know if that's enough to pull over. Maybe he thought she was drunk and this and that. Never got into any of that. The reason I am bringing up this story is because, like we were just talking about the protesting and how everything's going. Young M.A. was there the whole time filming this whole chart, and it never escalated. It never got out of hand. No extra stupid words were exchanged, you know what I'm saying, with her or the police, or just trying to hold up for the fan. I really kind of respect it because it was like calm, it was peaceful to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying. And The first guy, he did seem like a little asshole about the whole situation. He did, like, you just pulled this over, like, you're mad because nobody wants your autograph, nobody knows you, whatever. You know, that's Young M.A. Of course, we're going to flag her down. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a big deal. Young M.A. was with it. And I like the fact that Young M.A. and her entourage stayed there. Nothing escalated from that. And she showed that. And then at the end of the day, the lady was left with, like, no charges, nothing to say, you know, nothing happened. It didn't cause a panic, so, you know, calm down. You know what I'm saying? But, and then Young M.A. said it was cool because they didn't get out of hand. She said all police are not bad, which we also want to stress again. All police are not bad. You know what I'm saying? Because there was actually a white cop there too also. He didn't seem to be, you know, gun-ho and extra with it. You know what I'm saying? And this is all on tape. Y'all can, like I said, if you follow her, you probably know, like I said, it's a story back. But because of the times that we're going through right now, I just really wanted to bring that up because we talked about the protesting and stuff like that. Like, that's a good protest right there. The fact that we stood there, watched how it went down, had anything went down, you know, of course, Young M.A. and our entourage probably stepped in, so that was a good look. So shout out to them for that one.
Nah, that's what's up, man. Shout out Young M.A. Getting into our last episode, which is I'm in the last segment now. I must be fucked up. Again, now we're getting into our last segment, which is last call. Bars closing. Getting towards the end of the show. And for this segment, this episode's last call, we're gonna jump into white people saying the word nigga. You know, you might been around some cool white people who grew up with you. They like family to you or whatever. To y'all, not me. You know what I mean? We talking about y'all, right? And you know what I mean? You might feel like it's comfortable for them to say nigga, you for whatever reason, or you might been around motherfuckers who say the other nigger. You know, we all experienced all this. I know some people. They have the saying, black people have the saying of, so and so is invited to the cookout. You know what I mean? But there are a couple folks. I'm not one of them. I'm not of the ilk of allowing anybody who isn't black to say nigga. But there's some people who do. You know what I mean? Some black people who don't care about the word nigga, or it don't affect them, or they just look at it differently. But what say you to white people saying the word nigga?
Like I said, me before, because me and I have already talked about this. I have a few white friends myself. Me personally, like you said, I mean, some of them that grew up around black people, they feel like they have that black card to be able to say it everywhere. That black card does not go everywhere. It doesn't go everywhere. If you really even know how to use the word properly, you would know that you can't say this around everybody. Because even as black folks, we know if we say the word nigga to another nigga the wrong way, that could be offensive. Like they don't know how to take that. My personal thing about that is white people, why do you want to say it? You know what I'm saying? Like that raises a lot of questions. Like, why do you even want to say the word? Like, what does that mean to you as far as like being around us? Why do you even want to say it? Like I said, black people, I'm around a lot of white people. Shout out to my man Nash. Nashville, he's a cool white dude who I hang with, and I got some other white friends. I don't walk up to y'all and say cracker, honky. You know what I'm saying? And we would have been changed that word a bunch of times by now. We done came up with something. And white people don't approach themselves as, what's up my cracker? What's up my honky?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So my question is, like, why do you want to say it? Why do you want to say it? What does it really mean to you when you say that? And if you really want to know the truth, like I said, 9 times out of 10 right now, as the culture is going, we don't even say that word. For real. We approach each other in different ways. We've been over it. We've done it. We took the word back, I feel.
Yeah. Trying to change
trying to change
how we speak and enlighten each other.
Yeah. So with that being said, like we've already overtaken that word. So what does it mean to you? And my thing, even when white people say it, like I said, I have a couple of cool white friends. I take offense a little bit only because first off, I wouldn't hang with no white person that I feel like just looks at me as a nigga, a house nigga, or whatever, or looks at me as something beneath them. I wouldn't. But when they do say it or whatever, I do correct them. I'm like, damn, like, you done said this word to me, sounds like, where you going with this? But with that also being said, like I said, what makes you even want to say that, like, do you feel cool? Does it make you feel like one of us? Which is funny because slavery, you didn't want nothing to do with us. Now you want to sound like us, do everything like us. So, you know, I just want to know the whole. Yeah, I do want to know the whole reason of why you would want to say it. If I see a white person, I don't approach them as honky, as cracker. I approach them as Ashley or whatever the hell your name is. You know what I'm saying? Or Mr. and Mrs. This. I don't, because I bring a lot of you white people around, my kids, my family, my friends. All of my friends are not gonna go for that. And like I said, your black card doesn't go everywhere. Yeah. You can't take it up the street just because me and I said it, which we didn't say it, but whoever gave you that permission, we, you know, we don't do that. I will bring up a point of view, like I said, between my white folks or my white friends. Like I said, I've heard them tell like stories and this and that, and like I said, me personally, I can feel the tone of how you say it. I will say that much. Because the word nigga does not offend me as much as, like I said, I'm an 80s baby. Like, maybe back in the 90s, you would have never came out the mouth and said that, or the 80s. But, okay, now that it is what it is, I hear you when you say it. I am going to say something if I feel disrespected or feel like you're being derogatory, all that stuff, I'm going to say it. But if you want to show your ignorance, I'm going to let you show your ignorance. It doesn't bother me because I know who I am. I know who my kids are. I know who my dad is. You know what I'm saying? My family and point of view. And like I said, your black card doesn't go everywhere. We all grew up around, like you said. We've all grew up around there. There's that one white dude, one white couple, family or whatever. Probably the mixed couples and all that. It's cool. But how do you feel when you say it? And what do you mean by it when you say it? Is it because you want to be cool? Because there's only like two reasons. Either it makes you feel more black as a white person, or you just want to be cool. And if you just try to be cool, you sound dumb as fuck. I'll let you know that right there. But we gotta, you know, me and you know Nashville. You know what I'm saying? A couple of my folks down the street or whatever like that. But this is a topic we're definitely going to have to get more into and talk about. But yeah, the main question would have to be is why do you want to say it? And how do you really feel about that?
Honestly, like I agree to your point earlier as far as like calling it out. I don't agree with that at all. I don't care if you grew up with me or if you know me. We came up since we was babies. It's I just like whenever I hear it, I think of, and I've never been a slave, right? But I think of slavery. I think of like prejudice. I think of stereotypes. I think of racism. Like I think of like KKK. I think of all these different things that don't give me a good feeling.
Confederate flags, all of that stuff.
Even if somebody didn't mean to say it in that way, or they may feel comfortable because they grew up around a lot of black people, like you said. Those black people who you grew up with that may feel comfortable with you saying nigga, just in your vicinity, like you said, if you go to New York, you go here, you go there, you go around the corner, you know what I mean, that pass isn't valid, you know what I mean, so I'm totally against it. And even it reminds me of a time when about 10, 15 years ago, mid-20s, so probably about 10 plus years ago, and it was actually not too far from here. Late night out with the homies at a bar, go get something late to eat at one of the late night food spots, sitting down, eat my pancakes, and in comes a bunch of black people, and it was this white dude who was at the head of the table. Kept saying nigga, 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 you know? So I told the homies who I was with, I was like, Hey man, just letting y'all know, so y'all know, if he says nigga one more time, I'm gonna go over and say something. Sure enough, you know what I mean, couple more bites into my pancakes, I hear him say nigga. So I just raise up, you know what I mean, fork in hand, mid bite, and I go over to him like, yo, can you do me a favor? Can you stop saying nigga? Because I don't appreciate it. And I mean, y'all it may be cool amongst you and your homies or whatever, but I just don't say it anymore in here. And then what happened after that? All the house niggas raised up that he was with. You know what I'm saying? Try to like almost wanted to act like they wanted to fight me or whatever. And then the homies I was with, they kind of got in the middle and broke it up. Security was called, and you know what I mean, all the people, patrons in the establishment, they was all up in an uproar. Ended up getting them out of there. They left. I finished eating my pancakes and shit. You know what I'm saying? The security guard called the police, but when I went to go sit down and finish eating my pancakes, the rest of the patrons in the establishment was like clapping and shit. I was like, nigga, clapping like if you hear like just like the Metro and shit. If you see something, say something. You know what I'm saying? If you hear the same shit, speak up. You know what I mean? Don't just let that shit keep going on and shit. So the police ended up getting there and getting our side of the story. And I told him, he was like, what happened? I was like, well, it was a white dude in there. He kept saying nigga. So I went up to him, and he was like, so did you go up there to him with a fork? I was like, I mean, I might have. I was eating my pancakes. I just might have had it in my hand and shit. And he was like, well, he said nigga. I understand. You know what I'm saying? It was a white dude. So, but yeah, man, it's just wild.
Yeah, that's funny because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, we've been in this situation. I was out with Ice. We was at a bar having drinks just like we're having right now, and just out of nowhere, white guys. He was out with his buddies. He came to us and started talking to us. We started off the conversation talking about on the subject. I think we was talking about females. They was on the same thing we was on, trying to chase females to relax and have a good time. And short story, this white guy who was sitting next to us, came with his buddy, he was talking about the girl. You know, got to talking to me, I was feeling that vibe, was talking to us. And you know what I'm saying, I didn't hear the full conversation. All I know is, I'm sitting there with my drink in my hand. He's talking to my man. I heard him talking. He grew up in, I believe he said Alexandria or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Seemed like he was an 80s baby and all that good stuff like that. And he brought up the situation that he feels I should be able to say the word nigga. Now, me personally, I'm in mid-swing. My man, I was over here like, what? And I look over, I was like, why? My main question, again, why? Why do you feel that? He said because he grew up around black people, and I can't even remember what else he ever said, because one, we was drunk, two, you sounded ignorant and dumb all the way together, and you thought you was, you know, because you've been around them, you know what I'm saying, you just felt, again, white folks, your black past does not go everywhere, okay? And let me tell you something. That black past that somebody gave you down the street, when you get to a bar or to like a club or whatever, where black folks are drinking, let me tell you something. A lot of black people are not going to feel this at all, so stop doing it. One, for real, stop doing it. Now, I respect the fact that, you know what I'm saying, when he said it, again, his tone, I didn't take offense to it. Yeah. But at the same time, like, dog, like, we don't even know you, so, like, I don't know how to really, I didn't know, I mean, I did because of the tone, but, like, somebody else might not took it. Like, my man Ice wasn't really feeling it at all. Yeah. Then, you know, the little nigga drunk, my man was like, yo, you spitting in my face, we getting upset. But like, seriously, white folks, like, really think about that. Like, why do you want to say that? Like, what makes you, just because, I told you, this black card does not go everywhere. I can, if you, my man, say I gave you the black card, you can say it around me. You can't say it around Ice. You can't say it around the people that I hang with or anything like that, because a lot of them not going to go for it. Now, some of mine might even just be respectful because you in my house and be like, alright, well, whatever, and this and that. But at the end of the day, trust me, the next morning I'm going to hear about this. Like, yo, what's up with your mans? Don't bring them around here, this and that. And again, why you want to say it?
Yeah.
Why you want to say it?
Nah, I agree, man. But yeah, in closing, man, we want to thank all of our watchers, our viewers, you know what I mean? Salute to y'all for watching another episode of Conversations on the Rocks. We're going to be back soon. You see another episode coming soon, more episodes coming soon. Really, man, just tune in, subscribe to us. We got a YouTube channel. Subscribe to us, follow us on social media. You know what I mean? And just share it, man. Share it.
And the social media is definitely coming. I got another person on Facebook that will be coming up. I also have the Instagram. Trust and Bleed. Please just work with me. I'm definitely trying to get it, but definitely follow Ice on all this social media and all that stuff like that. Trust and Bleed will have all that pulled up for y'all. Another thing, thankful for everybody that gave us positive feedback, or just feedback at all, really, honestly. I guess we can't really just even downplay it, because even the more criticism is going to help us build our show, build, you know, whatever's going to help you tune in and subscribe. So please, we take it all. Trust me, it's not like that. We need to hear it all. You know what I'm saying? Not saying we're going to agree with everything that you say, but we need that. So, but thankful for everybody that watched it. I had some positive feedback for everybody that shared it. I know I had a couple of people on my Facebook share it. You know what I'm saying, as far as your people that's following. So we really appreciate y'all, and yeah, y'all definitely see another episode. We here.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to y'all, man, and we'll be coming back soon.